So I know that yesterday I said the Star Wars gaming timeline for 2023 was my last video of the year, and I firstly just have to apologise about how much I butchered that in certain places, but the timeline was mostly correct, so that is the main thing. But today's video is going to be a Star Wars Hunters video because One Speed, a prominent member of the Star Wars Hunters community, made a pretty great observation about the next update, so I wanted to discuss that as soon as I could. But before I get into that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on to never miss a piece of Star Wars Hunters content. So at the end of November, One Speed made this observation about the gilded KX clubs for Groz, and how this could easily be a hint at the fact that Chaos will be the next Hunter 2 release in the game, and that might actually be happening in the next update, which at the time was 41 days away, but now it's a week and a half away and is due to reset on Tuesday, January 9th, meaning that the next update will likely drop on that Tuesday or potentially the Wednesday, or at least just that week. Now I very much agree with One Speed's trail of thought on this, and I would be very surprised if an update doesn't happen on that week, because hints and teasers like this are very commonplace in video games, and for Hunters not getting any content or good news in the last couple of months, having this potential update dropping soon not only makes sense for the schedule that they've been following for the last few years, but it's also just an exciting prospect, so it's nice to have something to hold on to. So that's the old theory from back in November, but something was added to the rotation this week, which is the Royal Leader set for Zaina, which is obviously inspired by Padme's Clone Wars outfit, but they've simply flipped the colours, and this runs out on the same day as the KX clubs, so Tuesday, January 9th, and Tuesday is when the stores always reset. So the current theory now from One Speed is that the next update for Star Wars Hunters could then receive a battle pass centered around the prequels, which is obviously a very broad time frame, and the Hunters passes are typically quite focused, with the last one being a pass on a variety of beasts and creatures from Star Wars. So I'd find it more likely that the next pass, assuming it is focused on the prequels, will focus more specifically on one of the pieces of media, so any of the 3 films or the Clone Wars. So this Royal Leader set ending on the same day as the KX clubs is definitely the exact same trail of thought here, and I absolutely think it makes a lot of sense. Many of you might think we're clutching at straws here, but honestly at this point I'm really not that fussed. But I do think a pass on something like the Phantom Menace would be awesome, because Reeve could receive a skin inspired by Darth Maul, Sprocket could have one on the Naboo pilots and N1 starfighters, J3DI with a skin inspired by Qui-Gon, and so much more. Now having this release on the same day as a KX droid wouldn't necessarily make too much sense, because there's no link between the Phantom Menace and a KX droid, but I'm honestly not too concerned about something like that really, and especially during the soft launch I don't really think it matters too much. But in the last update, with Char being a Trandoshan, it's kind of similar to a lizard and creatures and beasts and stuff like that, so there's kind of a link there with that battle pass and Char, but that's not something they necessarily need to focus on every single time they release a new Hunter. So if Chaos does release in a couple of weeks time along with a battle pass that's themed completely differently, that is honestly absolutely fine. But as it stands, this next update could actually have quite a lot of potential if we're all right in assuming these things, and I would absolutely love to see more prequel content come to the game in some way. If it's just skins and stickers and emotes and stuff, then that's absolutely fine, but I would love nothing more than to see a Naboo map, for example, or just maps in general from the prequels, but we will just have to wait and see. It really shouldn't be long now though until the next update anyway, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel with the notification bell turned on to stay fully up to date with the game. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below though guys. That is it from me today. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.